Okay, so I'm just gonna make today's video because I kind of wanted to. I'm ranking every single one of the main cast of Legends of Tomorrow. It's very simple. And I will give one honorable mention, which is Hank Haywood, or Nate's dad, because he was sort of a prominent character in season 4, and I also may have missed a few characters on my list. I have 25 characters, so I might get right to it. So at number 25 is Mona. I don't think any more needs to be said. She's very annoying. This may also be one of like 2 or 3 characters that the actor or the actress is just not actually that good. Like, she's not the best actress. Like, she's meh throughout the entire season. But she most definitely sucks in what episode? It's the one where like the Cope, I think it's called, dies and she just throws a fit and it sounds it was so bad. And she's just so annoying. So yeah, the bottom 3 were so easy. As at number 24 and 23, I have Hawkman, or actually Hawkgirl, then Hawkman. I think they're really interchangeable. If Hawkman was in the season longer, I think I'd hate them equally. I still kind of hate them equally, but I just think since Hawkman was there less, he's better. They're related to the worst villain in the show, so yeah, what do you expect? And past this point, I honestly kind of like all of them. Like, this is very hard to make because I really do just like all the characters except for the 3 I just mentioned. Some are better than others, clearly. Like, my top 3, I basically got like that. It was very easy to decide. Everything else, no. Like, top 3, bottom 3, easy to decide. Everything else, no. It was very hard, in my opinion. But anyways, at number 22, I have Spooner. She was good. I liked her. I think she was cool. I definitely think over the 2 seasons, I liked her way more than I did at the beginning. I was like, she's mid at the beginning. But then I liked her. Yeah, she's good. She's just, I feel like, the least developed, I guess. Or at least, like, yeah, she's just a little, like, I don't even know. I like her. She's a good character. I think she's interesting. But I don't really think... and it was cool to have her in Season 7, but did she really need to stay too far beyond Season 6? I don't really know. Anyways, at number 21, I have Charlie. It's sort of just a wackier, and in my opinion, slightly worse version of Amaya. So, yeah. Although, I do think that, like, they're fine bringing back the actress as it makes sense. And, it's a different enough character. But also, I feel like Season 5 just takes a drastic twist, making her like a god, being one of the Fates. And honestly, I probably like that character more than the one in Season 4. Well, anyways, at number 20 is Gideon. Out of 2 characters, she's one of them to appear in every single episode of Legends, which I was pretty shocked, but then I realized, wait, yeah. Yeah, honestly, she never feels like a main character because even though she's in every episode and she has like a scene or 2 in every episode and she, like, you hear her a lot in Legends, like, it's pretty crazy how they just never do anything. It's like she's very interesting and she becomes interesting in Season 7 when she's the villain and kind of in one of the biggest characters in that season. And it's pretty cool. But yeah, I do like her character. I think she maybe could have been more explored. Also, I'm always confused by the fact that no one ever mentions that this Gideon is the same as the Flash's Gideon. So I don't know if they are. I just don't know. Like, there's no thing. Wally never said anything about it, but whatever. So at number 19, I have Gwen. I think his biggest problem was the fact that he never really got any time. He had the least amount of time with any legend, even less than Wally. As he only had like 8 episodes to even be a character. So that's definitely his biggest fault. Although I do like the jokes where it's like fish out of water, like he don't know what World War II is. and that he's like a good god was his punishment when they talk about putting a man on the moon. Anyways, at number 18 is Astra. I think she's pretty cool. In season 7, she's a nice magician to replace John, and I think she's a pretty good character. At number 6, nope, sorry. At number 17, I have Amaya. I swapped them in my list. But anyways, I have Amaya. I do like Amaya. I think she had her run. I would be fine if she left after season 2, but I did like her in season 3. I thought she was actually maybe a little better than she was in season 2. And yeah, I really did like her character, and she was a good love interest to Nate. But I feel bad for Nate. Every single love interest he has, there's a duplicate just next season that replaces them. Anyways, at number 16, we have new Zari. I think she's definitely a worthy character, as she's way different from the previous Zari. But I do like the previous Zari better, and I also like her better than Behrad. But overall, I think both of them equal out to about the Zari's level of character. So, yeah. At number 15, we have Behrad. I just mentioned him. Yeah, he's pretty good. It's cool how he's basically old Zari, just more different personality. Like, he's the tech person. He eats unhealthily. He eats unhealthy and stuff like that. And yeah, I think it's pretty good. I do like some of the scenes, like where he dies and he comes back to life. I think that's an interesting thing. And yeah, there's other good things. But yeah, he's pretty good till the end. Now, at number 14, maybe controversial, but Wally. Again, I think the number one thing that held him back was the fact that he just wasn't there long enough. I think, like Gwen, he only had like 8 episodes or so. So, yeah, maybe even less. He had like 6 episodes. So maybe he had the less amount of time. Like, he appeared in like episode 12 and he left episode 18. And he had a cameo in season 4, but like, that doesn't matter. I think he definitely should have stayed with the Legends. I think that would have just been way better. As I think on the Legends, he was as good, if not better, than he was on The Flash. And I think if he stayed there longer, he'd probably be one of the better, even like top 5 characters, maybe top 10. Anyways, at number 13, I have Gary. This may be a hot take, but I do like him. I think he's interesting. Him being an alien, it's like it's a shock, but like it honestly just doesn't do anything for his character. It fits and just gives him some good moments. But yeah, when I first walked in the show, I thought I'd hate Gary, and I ended up liking him more than I thought. Like, I saw clips of it, and I thought he was very annoying, and then I watched the show, and I was like, actually, he's better, in my opinion. Anyways, at number 12, I have Nora Dark. She's good. I actually do like her relationship with Ray. I like her redemption arc, sort of just a longer version of her dad's arc, because her dad saved her and she just started to become a better person. I did like that. And I just thought she was a pretty good character. And so, yeah. Anyways, at number 11, we have Zari, the original one. I think she's just more interesting than new Zari. I think I just like her character more. I like her passion. I like her beats. Although I am shocked there was no plot line in season 4 about her bringing back her brother, because Sarah did agree. And I think Here I Go Again to bring him back. But maybe, I forget. Maybe something changed. But anyways, I think her character is good. I liked her relationship with Nate. And I thought she was just pretty interesting. So yeah. This might be a hot take again. But number 10, I have Snart. Again, if he was there for longer than 15 episodes, he'd probably be higher. Honestly, I still do really like his character. He was one of the best, like, supporting villains in The Flash, and they turned him into a main character on Legends, and it really worked. So, yeah. And number 9 is Rip. He is, like, what I thought when I walked into the show. Like, when I walked in the show, I was like, I knew Sarah was the protagonist, but like, so when I walked in the show for season 1, it was like, Sarah's not seeming like the protagonist, it seems like Rip. And overall, I do think Sarah's better as a protagonist. But Rip is also a pretty great character. I like his story arc to go after Vandal Savage because of what he did to his kids and children. But, yeah, that was probably the best thing about Vandal Savage was his somewhat rivalry with Rip. But I think, overall, he was a good character. Anyways, at number 8 is Mick. And the only reason why he's above Snart and Rip is because he just lasted longer. Like, if they had the 6-season runtime that he did, I think they could be better. But honestly, I did really like him. He was a neat, like, comic relief guy who had characters, who had a character arc of him getting kids. I especially like when Sarah says goodbye to Mick, when they're just talking about how their past selves would react to them now, and how much they've changed, and I do really like that. So, yeah. At number 7, I have Ava. I think she's a pretty good love interest, and for shockingly, this is one of the, like, it's a lesbian relationship, yes, but I don't think they force it on you. Like, they don't really be like, oh, they're lesbian. That's, like, they don't force on the exclusivity of, like, having a lesbian relationship. I just think it fits, and I don't really think they force it onto you. And shockingly, this is probably the only relationship in the Arrowverse where you actually can, like, deal with both of them. And, like, Felicity sucks in Arrow. She's basically always wrong during one of these arguments. Iris is mostly wrong whenever they have an argument. But here I feel like Ava and Sarah both have fair arguments, and I think they're probably the best couple in the Arrowverse, like, consistently. And yeah, it's pretty good. Anyways, at number 6, we have Jax. Again, I feel like if he stayed a little longer, which he did stay for like half the show, but if he stayed longer after Stein's death, I really do think that would have been great. He probably would have gone maybe 2 spots up on this list. But I mean, yeah, it was. I think it was not forced, but I feel like he could have stayed longer after Stein's death. But that's just my opinion. Anyways, at number 5, we have Nate. This is the character I think that stayed the second longest from season 2 to season 6. And he's pretty good. I really did like him. I thought he was cool. And by the end, I liked how he was sort of like one of the OGs with Sarah, even though Sarah's the only one from the actual beginning. But yeah, I think he is a really good character across basically all the seasons. I think he was just a great like character in emotion and comedy and stuff like that. So yeah, it's number 4 is Stein. He probably has one of, if not the most emotional deaths in the Arrowverse, and I think he's pretty good. But that's my opinion. I especially like his arc in season 3 where he just wants to leave because he has a kid. He's getting a grandkid. And honestly, I just think he's good throughout the entire show. I really do just love his character. And you could argue, that, like, I feel like you could argue for the past, like, 4 that they could be the third person on, that they could be third. But my third place is Ray. Probably because he's probably one of the more, if not the most comedical character. And like that they could make me laugh. But I don't know. I feel like him leaving in season 5 was a little bit forced, but I don't care. It was good, especially the episode before Mr. Parker's cul-de-sac. That was a great episode. So, yeah. Anyways, Constantine is definitely number 2. You can argue he's number 1, but I think that goes to Sarah. Constantine is the glue that held like season 4 together and held the coolness of the show. He was definitely dope. I really love the casting too. He was always just great. But Sarah basically held the show together. Like that was probably the biggest complaint with season 6. Half the scenes didn't have Sarah with the Legends. I feel like Sarah is the thing that made the Legends and held them together. So that's why I put her up there. And she's also probably just my favorite character. And she lasted the longest, so yeah, that's my opinion. Bye.